Hello, everyone. It's Mrs. Kiser, and I am here today to read you a book called There Might Be Lobsters. And this is a book that Mrs. Peterson gave us last year. So if you're in first grade, you might have heard this story once before, but it's a really good book and it has a really good message. So I want you to go ahead and listen to the story with me, and then at the end, I'll have a few questions for you and things for you to think about. Okay. There might be lobsters. Lots of things at the beach scared Suki. Lots. Come on, Suki, you can do it, said Eleanor. She stood at the bottom of the stairs to the beach and waved to Suki. But Suki was just a small dog, and the stairs were big and sandy. And she hadn't had lunch yet. And her foot hurt a little, and she might get a shell stuck up her nose. And she might tumble down on her head, and then she'd need stitches. And besides, there might be lobsters. So Suki sat at the top of the stairs with Chunka-Munka by her side. Come on, Suki, you can do it, said Eleanor. She tossed a ball Suki's way. Oh, Suki. Eleanor swooped that pup up with a tsk and a huff and cradled her in her arms. Come on, Suki, you can do it. Eleanor stood at the water's edge and splashed a little splash at Suki. But Suki was just a small dog, and those waves were big, and they were whooshy, and they were salty, and they were too wet. And they might toss her out to the middle of the sea. And she might float all the way to Tasmania or even Florida. She might be swallowed by a whale. And she wasn't wearing a bathing suit. And besides, there might be lobsters. So Suki sat at the edge of the water with Chunka-Munka by her side. Oh, Suki, said Eleanor. She shook her head and dove into the waves. Suki sat and watched beach balls bouncing and big boys running and umbrellas flapping and lifeguards blowing loud whistles and waves splish-splashing with Chunka-Munka. Floating out to sea! Suki barked for Chunka-Munka to come back. Woof, woof! Chunka-Munka started to sink. Suki started to paddle. She paddled past a big beachy ball and through a huge salty wave and over something that might even be a lobster. Until she had Chunka-Munka. He was safe. Suki had saved him. She felt braver than the bravest dog because even though she was small, Chunka-Munka was smaller. Oh, Suki, I knew you could do it, said Eleanor. She picked them both up with a yay and hooray and swung them very gently through the air. Suki sat in the sandy sand with the wavy waves and watched for lobsters with Chunka-Munka by her side. And they didn't see one all day. Oh, boys and girls, I've never seen a lobster at the beach either. I have seen lots of shells and I saw a jellyfish, but I've never seen a lobster. But you know what? I just noticed one. Look right here. There's a lobster on her bag. Oh, goodness. I have also seen a seagull. Has anybody else seen a seagull? Sometimes you even see them in Walmart parking lots or places like that. They're looking for food. Okay. So, what is the theme or message that the author wants us to learn from this story? Take a minute and think about it. Okay, I think that the theme that the author wants us to learn from this story is to be brave and try new things. I think he also wanted us to see that we can be friends. Suki is friends with a human. Do any of you have dog friend or a cat friend? You've been spending a lot of extra time with them. Have you taught them any new tricks or things like that? Does your dog or cat seem to be scared of something? Okay, what are some ways that you can be brave? If the author wants us to be brave and learn and try new things, what are some things that you can do to be brave? Okay. When I was younger, I was really scared of going down the fireman's pole at the park, but I would see lots of people do it. And I tried it one day and I was scared the first time, but it was so fun. I was also scared when I took swimming lessons and we had to jump off the diving board. It was super tall, but I was brave and I did it. What are some new things you can try? I know we have a lot more time at home, and so I'm trying some new things. I'm working on some sewing. I'm trying to make an apron. And it's a little bit hard, but I just keep trying. And also, I tried to make my own bread, and it actually turned out really yummy. Are there any new recipes that you could try with your family? Maybe some cookies or a new casserole or something like that? Ooh, you could be brave and try a new food. Okay. I want you to be thinking of ways that you can be brave, just like Suki was brave today. So I will be back in a couple more days to share more stories and things with you. Have a great day.